Hey everyone, it's Aviation Buff. Today I'm on my soapbox, so just prior warning, I'm probably going to say some things that's not going to be real popular with some people, but you know what? I'm pretty blunt sometimes, and I think some of my thoughts are kind of validated, really, because just like any business, aviation museums suffer the same issues as any sort of business out there today, unfortunately. Anyway. There's word on the street that the Hill Air Force Base Museum in Utah might be scrapping their B-47. What a crying shame. There are only currently, I think, 23 B-47s in existence, and there is no reason why in 2021 there should be any old vintage warbird being scrapped anymore. It's nonsense, really. Anyway, validated by my own experiences. I worked at volunteered at air museums before. I've studied a lot for many years, read up on, and I'm a business owner myself, so I kind of know what works and what doesn't, how to be successful on things. An air museum's goal should be to get people excited about old airplanes and bring fun and interest to others, especially little kids, because little kids love airplanes. They find a fascination with them. Let's give them all we can. Let these kids look at these cool old airplanes, unique airplanes, because that gains their interest and they think it's fun and interesting, and you know, maybe they'll grow up still having an interest in old airplanes, and that can only help keep aviation history alive, right? Biggest point I want to say is that I've seen too many air museums where the staff sit around chit-chatting, talking, and drinking coffee, and nothing gets done. Repeated visits to these museums through several months and years, I've seen absolutely no progress on any exhibits or improvements on aircraft displays. Those that work at museums complaining, oh, it costs a lot of money to upkeep these airplanes, and no, not really. There are some easy, inexpensive steps to increase the longevity of these aircraft on display. Rather, they're sitting inside on display or outside. But people just don't want to make the effort, thinking it won't matter, or just lazy, unfortunately, okay? If you make an effort in maintaining these aircraft, it will indeed improve the longevity of these aircraft. I'm going to tell you how right now. All right? You guys see this right here? Here's a picture right here. All right. This is, well, it used to be called Prep number 79. It's a metal etching, corrosive removing degreaser for aluminum metal. And it etches, degreases, and removes, listen to this, removes corrosion. I've used this stuff before, it works, okay? All you need to do is spray this on, use like a white Scotch-Brite pad, scrub, and rinse really good with the garden hose or a pressure washer. Very easy to do, and it's fun, and boom, you just improved it, you just cleaned your airplane, it looks better, and you just increased the longevity of this airplane, and you removed some harsh chemicals and corrosion that is deteriorating this aircraft. You have just made it better. You can also, get this, you can also use soap water. You can also use get this, you can also use soap water, a sponge. You can also use, simple green. Use a garden hose, and even a pressure washer helps clean metal and help it last longer, okay? And it works. It helps remove corrosion, helps clean and protect the airplane, gives the airplane a protective coat, especially when you use things like Metal Prep 79, okay? And this stuff costs like $27 a bottle right now, and you can, of course, get bigger jugs or whatnot. And that, the price goes down the more you buy. But you can find this stuff and other anti-corrosion removers and metal protective agents at aircraftsprues.com. They have everything there you need. I'm not being sponsored by them. I'm just telling you where there's one place I know that has a large selection of uh, uh, chemicals and cleaners to help keep your airplane clean and protected. Okay. Long story short, there's no reason or excuse to let an old warbird deteriorate any longer, as there are inexpensive ways to increase the longevity of these old airplanes. Also, if you own an airplane collection, I would think it would be an enjoyment for you and a passion to take care of your airplane collection. For any museum, I suggest this. If you have aircraft on display, come up with a simple but organized schedule to clean airplanes. Take one airplane per month and put all your manpower on that aircraft for that month to clean it, to touch up, the rust, put metal prep on it, dust it, put air in the tires, anything. And if you need extra hands, you can always recruit Boy Scouts, Girl Scout kids, school kids, college people, and I'm sure if you called up several of your local veteran groups like VFWs and whatnot, they probably would have people interested in coming over and keeping their service aircraft tidy and clean, right? And I would do this once a month and after every new month, pick a different aircraft, and you do this every month, every year. And anyway, for all your air museums out there, pick one airplane per month to focus on, to clean it, to take care of some whatever corrosion you have on it. Even if you don't finish it all, at least you've made progress in maintaining that aircraft's longevity and making it looking good for the public and your patrons that come visit. They will enjoy seeing these old airplanes being taken care of, and they will probably support you more too because they see you putting an effort in caring for them. If you do this every month, I guarantee you there will no more be a need to scrap an old airplane because it's too far gone. Okay, guys, that's pretty simple, I think. Now, just so you know, I support all aviation museums, whether they're doing good or regardless of how they run. I support all aviation museums, and there are indeed many aviation museums that are doing really good in taking care of airplanes, but there's also an element of museums, I don't know if it's through mismanagement, lack of motivation, that need a little boost to help keep things going and keeping their aircraft safe from being scrapped or destroyed. And after all, we all should be proactive to keep these airplanes around as long as we can, because that keeps aviation history alive. After all, the main goal in the warbird movement is to increase the number of aircraft types so more people can get to see them, not dwindle the numbers. Okay, that's all. I'm done, guys. So again, if you need supplies to keep your airplanes clean, I suggest aircraftsprues.com. They're at least one place I know that has pretty much a resource of everything you would need to take care of an airplane, cleaning it, corrosion preventive and removals, cleaners, everything's on there, I think, pretty much that you need. It's just one place. Not being a sponsor, they're not a sponsor. I'm just mentioning that place because I care about these old airplanes. I don't want to see them scrapped. It's 2021. There's just, right now, everyone, do not scrap any old airplanes anymore. Regardless, you can make an effort to keep it alive. Okay, that's why I want everyone to. That's why I want everyone to get that mindset, and we can do it. It will be fun. I would love to spend a day, days scrubbing elbow grease of B-47. I would enjoy that. Anyway, with that, I'm sorry I was on my soapbox, but I really wanted to get to these points. It's not impossible to maintain these airplanes. It doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars. There's ways to make these airplanes last longer, and we can all do it. And we all should, to keep aviation history alive, because a lot of these older planes, there's not many of them left. And if we're going to start scrapping them, there soon won't be hardly any left. So let's not make that happen. Let's be proactive and keep these airplanes safe and around for a long time. All right, with that, everyone, thank you for listening to me.